Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about multi-dimensional array in Java. Previously in 2D array we know where all the row can have the same number of elements, like here in this example where the first row can have 3 number of elements, the second row also has 3 number of elements, and also the third row has 3 number of elements. So all the row can have same number of elements, but Java also has given us the flexibility where we can store different number of elements in different rows with the concept of multi-dimensional array. Like in example here where the first row has 3 number of elements, the second row has 1 number of elements, and the third row can have 2 number of elements, and that is possible with the concept of multi-dimensional array in Java. So now we're going to see how we can declare and allocate some memory to the multi-dimensional array. So first we have the integer, then the name of the array marks, then we have two pair of square bracket, and after the equal sign we have the keyword new int, and we are gonna pass in the number of row we are gonna have in our multi-dimensional array. So I'm gonna pass 3 and then the second pair of square bracket, and now we are gonna select the first row with the notation marks 0, and after the equal sign we have new int, and we are gonna pass in the number of elements our first row can have. So I'm gonna pass 3 because I want the first row to have 3 number of elements, and then we're gonna select the second row with the notation marks 1, and after the equal sign we have new int, and I'm gonna pass 1 because I want the second row to have 1 element, and then we're gonna select the third row with the notation marks 2, and after the equal sign we have the keyword new int, and I'm gonna pass the number 2 because I want the third row to have 2 number of elements. So with this line of statement we are creating one multi-dimensional array which has 3 number of rows. Then we are selecting the first row with the notation mark 0, and we are allocating the size 3, so the first row will have size 3 associated to it. Then we are selecting the second row and allocating the size 1, so the second row will have the size 1, and then we are selecting the third row and allocating the size 2, so the third row can have 2 elements inside it. So now we're gonna see how we can declare and initialize one multi-dimensional array at the same time. So first we have the data type like integer, then the name of the array like marks, and then we have two pair of square bracket, and after the equal sign we have pair of braces, and inside that pair of braces we have inner pair of braces where we're gonna pass in the elements for our first row. So I'm gonna pass in 1, 2 and 3 separated by commas, and after that we have another pair of brace, and I'm gonna pass in the elements which are going to be stored in the second row. So I'm gonna pass in 4, so I'm gonna store 1 element in the second row, and after the comma we have another pair of braces, and I'm gonna pass in 5 and 6, so the third row will have 2 elements 5 and 6. So this line of statement will create one multi-dimensional array where the first row can have 3 number of elements, the second row can have 1 element, and the third row can have 2 elements inside it. And at the same time we have also initialized the array, so the first row will have the element 1, 2 and 3, the second row will have the element 4, and the third row will have the elements 5 and 6. So this is the way we can create multi-dimensional array and also initialize it with bunch of numbers. So now we're going to do an example program and try to understand the concept of multi-dimensional array in detail. So first we have created one class called multi-dimension. Inside that class we have the main method public static void main. In this program we are going to create and initialize one multi-dimensional array, and then we're going to use the enhanced for loop, and we're going to access those elements and print them onto the console. So first we are going to create and initialize one multi-dimensional array. First we have the data type like integer, then the name of the array marks, and after the equal sign we have the pair of braces, and inside the inner pair of brace we're going to pass in the elements for the first row. After the comma in the second pair of brace we're going to pass in the value for the second row, and in the third pair of brace we're going to pass in the value for the third row. So now we're gonna use the enhanced for loop for integer, and we're gonna create one array I. This will hold the rows of the marks array, and inside that for loop we're gonna have another enhanced for loop which gonna hold the values from the array I. And then we're gonna use the system.out.print method, and we're gonna print the value of j. And after each row we're gonna have the line break, so we're gonna use the println method. So I'm gonna save this program and we're going to compile and run the program. So first we're gonna compile the program and then we're gonna run the program, and you can see the output 1 2 3 in the first row, then the 4 in the second row, and 5 6 in the third row. So we have successfully accessed all the elements and printed them onto the console. So let's now understand the working of the program. First we have created and initialized the multidimensional array. This line of statement will create one multidimensional array where the first row has 3 elements, the second row has 1 element, and the third row has 2 elements. And at the same time it has been initialized with the numbers. First row has 1 2 3, second row has 4, and third row has 5 and 6. And then we have used the enhanced for loop where we have created one integer array I, and this will hold all the rows of the marks multidimensional array. So in the first iteration the I1D array will hold the first row of the marks. So array I will have the elements 1 2 3 in the first iteration, and in the inner for loop the j will repeatedly access all the elements of the I array. So in the first iteration it is going to access the element 1, and it is going to print 1 with the print method inside that loop. And in the second loop it will access the second element and going to print 2. In the third iteration it will access the third element and going to print 3. And then we have the line break, so the pointer will go the next line, then the loop will go to the beginning of the outer loop, and this time the array I will have the second row. Inside the inner loop the j will access the element 4 and going to print it onto the console, and then the inner loop will break and again we have the println method, so the pointer will go to the next line and again the control will go to the beginning of the outer loop, and this time the array I will have the third row, and similarly j will access all the elements of array I. Like in the first iteration it will access 5 and going to print it, and in the second iteration it is going to access the element 6 and going to print it onto the console. And this way it has accessed all the elements and printed them onto the console. So hope you understand the concept of multi-dimensional array in Java. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.